and went on to get a master's in school and public school administration and management. I served with the Los Angeles Unified School District as a teacher and counselor and principal, and worked my way up to the district level as an administrator, and oversaw 125 schools in the San Fernando Valley with large budgets of over $200 million. After that, just recently, actually, I retired from LA Unified after 30 years, and I am CEO of Global Education Solutions, which is an educational leadership consultancy.
And talk to me a little bit about what does Global Education Solutions do? So,
Global, with my background in education, obviously, I have a lot of expertise in education. So, I work with schools and in terms of districts in terms of their strategic planning. Looking at underperforming schools, helping them with their data, setting up plans, but also that leadership, that future leadership that we need in the schools to guide and to lead them and to make sure that students are successful.
So it's about kind of evaluating best practices, if you will, in management from that perspective. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you said you've lived up here for a long while. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you've seen the Valley change over the years?
Oh my gosh! Well, when I was growing up, was very rural. It was just very agriculture, and I lived on a ranch. You don't see that.
Really, which part of town?
And at the time, it was in Castaic, and so we had a ranch and we raised cattle. We also grew alfalfa.
Oh wow!
And did a lot of baling.
Some hard work. Yeah,
a lot of hard work there. But it was wonderful. It was beautiful. There was nothing around, and of course, we would take our trip into downtown Newhall, to the Safeway.
City, right?
The big city. Yeah, and if we needed anything major, we'd have to go into San Fernando Valley, the Sears, the Pennies there, or on into Los Angeles. So there were many things out here. So in a way, the growth, obviously, it's nice to have amenities right here in town. But yeah, it definitely has grown. But then it's become a beautiful place.
And you mentioned a great example of one of the issues facing City Council, and I'll ask you further on that. Talk about the growth and some of the challenges and some of the issues facing the city that you think should be priorities for the City Council.
Well, definitely the growth has impacted. I spent 16 years on the William S. Hart School District, right. And growth was an issue way back in the 90s when we had to go after school bonds and so forth. But the same thing, with our city, we have had so much growth, and my focus is really to focus on the future and the future growth, and to make sure that we invest in infrastructure. We have a problem with traffic congestion. We have a problem with lack of roads, and that is something that we can't wait around for. And we really do have to be very proactive in mitigating those issues. Secondly, as we grow, growth, you're going to get crime, and I think our sheriff's department does a fabulous job of combating crime, but with population growth, you're going to have crime. And so we need to provide those resources to our sheriff's department so that we can have safe neighborhoods, safe communities, and really protect our families. And along those lines, too, is just that the drugs, the widespread drugs among our youth, and having been a governing board member on the Hart High School District, was just a continual issue for us to have to address. But it goes beyond the schools. It really is a community issue. And thirdly, I would focus on really developing business strategies that retain our businesses, but also grow business and industry, because that's how we are going to become a stronger local economy, and that's how we can keep high quality paying jobs and also reduce probably the traffic on the freeways.
Sure. The traffic's always an issue, something can look out the window and shake the fist at. I mean, that's always going to be an issue when you have the growth and expansion. Before we get into the last question, I wanted to mention you're involved in quite a few community groups, and so we're asking everybody if they could, kind of just mention that some of the groups that they've been with.
Well, community service has been my life, really, truly my life, and I think I've sat on every board there, nonprofit board there is. but I'm very involved with the Boys and Girls Club. I sit on the governing the board. I'm involved in the Child and Family Center Board. I'm chairperson of the Samuel Dixon Family Health Centers. I'm on the Valley Industry Association board, and I'm a member of the SEV Chamber. I also sit on the member of the City of Santa Clarita's Neighborhood Empowerment Safety Team that used to be the Anti-Gang Task Force, which has done, I think, great jobs for the city.
Sorry, Gloria, we're just running a little short on time, and I want to ask you one quick question. Got about a minute left. If you can talk to me about one example in the recent times where you thought City Council did a great job, and one example where you'd like to have done something differently, maybe if you were on the council. Well,
I think the city has done a great job in terms of the general plan vision that brings essential elements to the city. And I'm talking about our open space, because it protects our city, but it also enhances the quality of life for our residents. So those things like trails, bikeways, parks, recreational facilities. And I'm really delighted that Canyon Country is going to get a permanent community center.
Sure.
These are the things that are great for families, and these are the things that are wonderful for our city.
And then on the other side, maybe something we do a little differently, looking back at some of the issues that the city's tackled?
Oh, I can remember just a few years ago where we had a very contentious issue, and it was regarding the Santa Clarita billboard proposal. And
so what maybe would you have done different?
Well, I think what I would have done differently, it's easy to play, Monday night quarterback, but what I would have done differently is that as a city council member, you are there to listen. Your most important job is really to listen to your community and really to listen to those concerns, to be responsive to those concerns. I think I would have taken a lot the time to do that, and the time to work with the individual groups and hear their concerns.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gloria. I appreciate you taking the time to come down in here and speak to the issues, and good luck on the 17th.
Well, thank you very much.
Hopefully everybody tuning in and listening and watching then.
Thank you.